Welcome to MMA on the Rocks. My name is Bill Welker. You are listening to Picks and Pours 67, I think, according to AI. That's the episode we're on, so that's what I'm going with. Few weeks layoff. Finally back. Been on a 2,000-mile road trip across these great United States. Haven't seen much MMA in that time. I know I missed a lot, so hopefully my co-host here can catch me up. So today's July 31st, 2025, for anybody keeping track. Let me introduce from all the way across town, Matt the Mechanic. What's going on, Matt?
Not much, Bill. I'm just over here shopping for some American Eagle jeans.
There's some kind of controversy about this, right? Some supermodel selling them, and
No, I don't think she's a model. I think it's just a attractive young lady got hired to do a pretty ingenious ad campaign, and apparently hot chicks piss a lot of people off these days.
yeah, I guess so. Well, what's everybody mad about?
They're mad because the marketing scheme was she's wearing the jeans and she talks about how good her jeans are, and they're linking it to fascism and eugenics, but it's just a hot chick talking about jeans.
I don't really see the correlation. Am I ignorant?
I'm not doing the greatest conveying it, but they keep talking about her jeans do this, and because she has good jeans, she can do this, and they're doing a play on your genetics.
I see.
Denim jeans.
And people are mad because her genetics make her a white female?
No, they're mad because she's got nice tits.
Oh. Well, I'm outraged. I need to see a
I
picture.
wore American Eagle jeans my entire youth career.
What's this young lady's name?
Sydney Sweeney.
Okay. All right. She's not my cup of tea. Yeah, she's got kind of like a sad looking face.
Oh, shut up, Bill. Not your cup of tea. Come on.
Well, she looks a touch young for me. Okay. I got a young daughter, Matt. I'm like hypersensitive to these things. I'm probably old enough to be her dad. How old is the chick? All right, she's 27. Okay. I don't know. I think 30 is my cutoff.
Well, fortunate for me and you, we don't have to worry about that stuff.
Yeah. I don't think they'll
be. How was your trip? Where'd you go? Africa?
It was. Might as well have. I was gone long enough. I went to Atlanta to take care of some work stuff and hop around the sites with Ariana. We did pretty much everything there is to do in Atlanta for kids. And then we road trips from there to Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, where we went to Dollywood, which was incredible, by the way. And then we got a cabin in the Smoky Mountains, did some hiking, jumped in some rivers, did a little cliff jumping.
Yeah, I saw your stories and I approve. That is Matt the Mechanic approved activities.
I thought you'd like that. Yeah, Ariana did like a 2-mile hike to a waterfall, and she did awesome with it. It was a pretty steep hike too.
I'd imagine she probably did better than her parents.
No.
I don't know. I'll have to check with Ariana on that one.
Yeah, you can ask her. But yeah, she actually said she was exhausted at the end of it, which I've never heard. I didn't even know she knew that word.
What was the pinnacle of the trail? Is it a waterfall or a view?
It's a waterfall. Yeah. So it's like at the top of the trail, there's a really nice waterfall, and then like a little swimming pool right under it. So, we splashed around in there.
That is waterfall country. I mean, you're like an hour north of the only rainforest in the United States.
Where's that?
It's around Bryson City, but it's actually qualified as a rainforest. Now, you don't notice much difference between where you were at and this. I don't know what the qualification is, but I always found that interesting that there is a rainforest in North Carolina.
Yeah, that is cool. We another stop we did, which was also part of the Smoky Mountains National Park. Beautiful park, by the way, huge. So many trails. There's one part called the Sinks, which is basically you park your car, go down a little hill, and you're at the bottom of the little falls there. And there's like a 20-foot ledge that you can jump off of into the water. The water had to be at least 15 feet deep because I jumped off that thing and I didn't come close to touching the bottom. And I went down deep. I mean, I'm sitting pretty heavy right now. A 20-foot drop took me down pretty far.
But there's
So
not much better feeling than jumping in there. Like,
it was awesome. The water was cold
especially being, how much time we spend in Florida where you can't just jump in fresh water, and up there you're fine.
Yeah. Yeah. So there was a smaller ledge that was probably 7 or 8 feet high. And Ariana jumped off that one. She was so proud of herself. It was cool. It was a really good time. I have to give my praise to Dollywood. I didn't really know what to expect. I'd watched a few videos leading up to it, but it is the cleanest theme park I've ever been to in my life, including Disney. Like, they keep that place completely spotless. The water park too. And I'm grossed out by water parks. I don't like them, but this place was so clean. I didn't even really mind it. My only problem with Dollywood, and I need to speak to Dolly Parton directly about this. Dolly, I've loved you since I was a kid, ever since I saw you appear on Pee-wee's Playhouse. But you need to allow alcohol in your parks. Dollywood and the water park are both dry parks. They don't serve any alcohol anywhere. And, when you got a young kid at a water park, you need a little sip of something.
Is that in a dry county? There's several dry.
No, it's just the theme park.
And that's unacceptable.
Because if you go to the Dollywood Resort, it's fully stocked bar, really nice, good drinks. But in the theme park, nothing.
What's a ticket to Old Dollywood cost?
It wasn't bad at all. I wound up getting some flash sale for the 3 of us to go for 2 days. It was like under $300.
Wow, and I wouldn't think you could spend 2 days there. I would have thought Dollywood was a good solid half day.
Well, the theme park is huge and the water park is separate. So we did 1 day at the theme park, 1 day at the water park.
Okay.
So we got tickets for both. But yeah, it was awesome. The first day, my in-laws came with us as well, and they're a little older and they really enjoyed it because there's like the walkthrough experience all about Dolly Parton's life and live shows and all that. Ariana had a blast on all the rides. Definitely highly recommend it, but I hope they end the prohibition there. Now, that's not to say I didn't manage to have a few drinks while I was there, but I won't speak about that on air.
Yeah, that's better. Let's keep it that way.
But awesome area. I mean, I never spent much time in Tennessee. What a beautiful state.
Yeah, my wife and I have spent quite a bit of time traveling this great United States we have, and that area, we always go to North Carolina, but close enough is our favorite, right? Of course, your Zion National Parks and your Yosemites are these fantastic views, but
yeah,
it's just, I don't know. It's like, whenever I'm in there, I just think of like, this is the real America. Like, it's just nothing fancy. It's just everything works. Everyone seems to be living together fine, even though you have the total extremes of the two sides in our country. They're both there.
Yeah.
Cool
For
place.
sure. Yeah. Drove through Gatlinburg, which is like the touristy area. I'm glad we didn't stay over on that side. That's like really crowded street with just attraction after attraction. You can't park on the street. You got to park outside the town and either walk in or take a trolley.
Yeah, I think it's like Gatlinburg was a cool place to go for our parents when they were kids, like young, and it
Sure.
just it kind of like Myrtle Beach, you know, it just matures out in a new place. Now it's Asheville, you know,
Yeah.
North Carolina, and in 20 years that will be the tourist trap. And
Oh, sure. Hey, it kind of, some would say it is to an extent.
yeah, it's not even close to Gatlinburg.
No, no, no. Gatlinburg reminded me of like the Jersey Shore,
Yeah,
just attractions and lights and chain restaurants and all that. I like the other side of the mountain, Pigeon Forge, Seaverville area. I'm already thinking about my next trip back there. Like feel like I didn't get to see enough.
Bryson City, North Carolina.
All right, I'll put that on the list too.
That's the best.
All right.
Well, you want to talk about some MMA because we missed a couple weeks.
I have not watched anything. I saw a couple of results. From what I understand, did you see the fights last week?
No, I mean I watched them, but not closely. The only note I have with last week was I have a rule in my betting that I don't like to bet against fighters that their names end in V when they're not in the United States. And apparently I'm right on the money because that was 28-0 until last weekend. And a fighter that we're a fan of here, MMA on the Rocks, Mr. Bryce Mitchell, went over there and handled business.
I assume there's a clip to go along with this.
No. I was going to do it, but it's not that good.
I thought you were queuing something up. So, but the fight right after that, what do you do about Bogdan Guskov against Nikita Krylov?
Okay, maybe it was 27-0, but the record right now is 28-1.
Yeah, but Guskov beat Krylov, and they both end in V.
Yeah, but okay, I don't know. Shut up, Bill. We're trying to. It was such a boring fight though, because he just went over there and realized that the Nurmagomedov was going to just try and hold him down, so he just reversed it on him and held him down the last 12 minutes of the fight. Okay. It was boring, but he did have one of the coldest post-fight things where he said, "Send him to Arkansas for 2-3 years and forget."
That's pretty funny.
I was trying to find that clip, but I couldn't.
Send him to Arkansas 2-3 years. But it was Saeed Nurmagomedov, right?
Yeah.
Isn't he the striking Nurmagomedov?
Yeah. I don't know why, but he decided to grapple first, and Bryce just says, "Okay, we'll do this." And he did it. I'd say Bryce made his penance for the problem. He's fought 2 really unfavorable fights for himself.
Sure.
This last one, he was over there for 2 weeks to 2.5 weeks. He's spoken about how he loved that place, and I don't know. It didn't go like I thought it would go for him.
Huh. Interesting. Now, from what I read, a lot of people were unhappy with the decision in the main event. De Ritter and Robert Whittaker.
Yeah.
So it's a split decision.
I hate to say it, but it's like Dana White said way back in the day, just if you don't want to lose, don't leave it to the judges, especially in Abu Dhabi.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, it was a split decision, so I guess it was a close fight, but a lot of people think Whittaker got robbed there, but I can't speak on it because I didn't see.
I didn't have a problem with it, but I wasn't judging it, so.
I saw my boy Sharabutin Magomedov won.
Yeah, but he paid with it with his nose. His nose got destroyed.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
He joined the Andrei Arlovsky Nose of the Month Club?
He did for a very short amount of time because I know they fixed it surgically that night.
Wow. Abu Dhabi's not playing around, huh?
Mm-mm.
All right, then.
No, I actually, Yeah, now that you can bring that up, that might be one of the best places to fight. Oh, what's up,
Yeah.
Mark?
Yeah. Mark Fellows. Oh shit, I remember this show. Yeah, it's been a while. Mark says he had it 50-40 Whitaker.
Of course he would.
Slight bias there,
You don't
perhaps.
count, Mark.
All right, nothing else I was really interested in that. I see Peter Yan won against Marcus McGee. That's disappointing. I'm a big fan of Marcus McGee. I'm not so much of Peter Yan, so that's a bummer, but already forgotten about.
There was a pay-per-view we also missed.
You missed it too?
No, but I mean the show. I mean, I
Oh, okay.
watched. I saw
Tell
the
me
main
about
event. I saw the main event. I thought Max, Max at 155 pounds is incredible. I mean,
I've been saying it for years.
He pointed to the ground and gave Dustin a chance at the last 10 seconds, and Dustin just clinched him after the first second.
I did see that. I saw a clip of that, and someone said Dustin bailed on his last fight.
I mean, he did, but also he did. He said in the post-fight interview he didn't realize it was going to be so fast and didn't want that. So, oh well, it's his decision.
Yeah. I
He's
mean,
walking away, great career.
yeah, I mean, I don't think anybody's going to hold it against him when they look at his career work.
But if he could have pulled that off, I mean,
what, like knocked Max out?
yeah, I mean that would have been that's the chance he was giving him. But
Sure,
I don't think Dustin must have noticed something when he got in there, and he's like, okay, no more.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to get. Max is so rangy and he's so accurate. I mean, I don't know why you would want to do that with him. I mean, look at what happened to Justin Gaethje.
Yeah, he got slept.
Yeah. So you don't want that in your last fight either. If people are like, all right, you lost the decision to Max Holloway, fine, but like, oh, you were another highlight reel for him in the final seconds, that would be bad. Can't go out like that.
Yeah, and why would you want a chance getting knocked out cold at the end of your career? I mean, he could have had the glorious finish, or more than likely he's going to get slept and carried out and knockout that gives his good retirement speech with concussed. And
has Poirier ever been knocked out cold? I know he's been submitted.
I
can't recall.
I don't know. We need to get like a Grok assistant.
Congratulations, Dustin Poirier. That AI stuff is a little inaccurate though, especially with the MMA stuff I've found.
I think it would be accurate. Has Dustin Poirier ever been knocked out?
All right. Well, let's ask. Let's ask it live on the air. Okay, let's see what we get here. Yes, Dustin Poirier has been knocked out by Michael Johnson, Justin Gaethje, Islam Makhachev. All right, so the Gaethje one was the head kick. Okay. And, oh, yeah, I remember the Michael Johnson fight now. Yeah, he knocked him out with punches in the first round. Yeah. The Islam one was a TKO, so we don't count that.
So it was 66%, correct? Did you use Google?
I used ChatGPT just now.
Man, you have that on the ready, huh?
Yeah, well, I had it open already, so might as well punch it in.
Like, I don't know how accurate that is. I use it all the time.
Yeah. Well, I've found I use it for other things, but I found with like MMA, like if I try to do like a podcast description and I say talk about this card, it'll give me fights that are not on the card. You know? So I don't know.
So, and then we have this card coming up this week, and I think this is all this card deserves. What's that? Ugh. I screwed that up, but this is trash. So let's move on.
Yeah, there's man, I don't even know who these guys are in the main event. I know it was supposed to be Amir Albazi. This was supposed to be like a coming out party for him, right?
Yeah, but
And
it's bad.
yeah, this is one of the worst cards on paper in recent memory. The only fight I'm really interested in is on the prelims, and it's Adolfo Vieira versus Trayshawn Gore. That's a fun fight, but not fun enough to make me tune in for this card, really.
Yeah, it's on it. It's on an hour early, so maybe if you're sitting around, it's a UFC event. I'm sure there's going to be some. It's going to be more entertaining than some other crap that's on TV. But
Man, I'm never sitting around. This is the most sitting I've been able to do.
at
Besides
9
sitting,
p.m. on a Saturday,
yeah,
I
I'm
think
always,
it's going to hit the sweet spot for you.
it might, it depends. It depends what my event planner has scheduled for me.
Speaking of events, we didn't get to talk about the big announcement of the 4th of July card next year.
Yeah, it's going to be on the White House lawn, huh?
Well, I have a clip.
Play it.
Going to have special events in honor of America 250, and I even think we're going to have a UFC fight. We're going to have. Does anybody watch UFC? The Great Dana Well. We're going to have a UFC fight. We're going to have a UFC fight. Think of this on the grounds of the White House. We have a lot of land there. We're going to build a little. We're not. Dana's going to do it. Dana's great, one of a kind. Going to have a UFC fight, championship fight, full fight, like 20, 25,000 people. And we're going to do that as part of 250 also. We're going to have some.
So, fight on the White House lawn. 45,000 people in attendance. What do you think?
I thought he said 25,000.
I'm pretty sure he said 45, but what do you think?
Either way, it's impressive. I mean, I've been to the White House. It is a big lawn, but man, that's going to be a huge project. Like, I imagine they're going to have it covered somehow.
Well, so that was how Trump announced it, and I was very excited. I was picturing it different. I would say if you've been there a lot, I would imagine the crowd would be in the actual mall, and the fight would be in that lawn. Like there's the lawn, and then the fence, and then the
Okay.
road, and then there's that open area where everyone sits for inauguration. In my mind, I was like, oh, that's where they'll sit. But Trump or Dana did an interview with the Nelk Boys, I think, and
Okay.
he put it into perspective on what it's actually going to be.
All right. Let's hear it, Dana.
Where is it at?
Got this thing, and I think it's awesome, where he wants the American people to enjoy the White House. This is our place. It's all the history that's there.
What like challenges does this bring?
Tons of challenges. First of all, I don't even know how many people can get in, not to mention the fact that Secret Service isn't going to let a lot of people come do this. Everybody's going to have background checks. So yeah, whoever actually gets to be there live, it will be such a unique, amazing experience in their lifetime to be able to go to this fight.
So then when I heard that, I was a little bummed out because that's a totally different event.
Yeah, it's going to have to be like an exclusive kind of thing. And there has to be a lot of security involved when you're doing something like that.
Yeah. It's just it's very contradictory to a fight for the people at the White House. And even Dana said, oh, they want to have an experience at the White House. And then it's like, but no one's going to be able to go there.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's a fight for the people that, aren't convicted felons, I guess.
Yeah. But anyway, it'd be interesting. It's cool if it would happen.
I mean, pulling off the sphere was a big feather in his cap. I mean, that was impressive, being able to do, a sporting event in a place that was designed for concerts and stuff. The Backstreet Boys and whatever else they do there. So I'm sure they're going to figure it out. They got plenty of time. I'm sure they've got the event planning team already working on it. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
But then also, we have time before then, so we don't know what champions. We would think it'd be the headline by a championship fight, but we don't currently have any American champions except Kayla Harrison, who's somewhat of a new champion.
Yeah.
I guess an American could challenge for the belt. I know John Jones says he'd want to fight. All of a sudden he wants to go back in the heavyweight, but Dana's like, there's no way I'd hang that card on him.
Yeah. I mean, he's been historically unreliable. So,
who do you think could headline that fight?
It's a tough one because
that Max Holloway, Dustin Poirier fight could have done it. That would have been a perfect one.
Sure. Yeah, and you make it for like a BMF title or something.
Another one would be Sean Strickland, but he's not.
I don't know.
He's not. He's kind of going through a rough time right now.
Yeah. Well, what's going on with him?
He got suspended because he was at cornering an amateur fight, and the fighter.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Plus, career-wise, he didn't. He's kind of on a downward edge. I know everyone says Colby, but come on, same situation. He's not prime time.
Yeah, Max Holloway is the only American ranked on the pound for pound list right now, and he's number 11. Other than that, there's no Americans in the top 15 pound for pound. Gosh. You got Sean Brady in the welterweight division.
No.
Yeah, it's not going to work. I
mean,
man, it's slim pickings for Americans now. Yeah, I mean, Kayla Harrison, but
I mean, if you even think the top American stars would be like Sugar Sean, who's he going to fight? I mean, he's a big name, but who's he going to fight?
Yeah, that's a problem. Like you can't put him in there for the title again as long as Merab's still the champion.
In some weird world, it could be Bryce Mitchell Merab.
Yeah, maybe. What if Henry Cejudo comes out of retirement?
Henry, you know who I'm talking about? Henry Cejudo. Henry.
That makes me laugh every time.
And that's why I have it on there.
Oh, yeah. Don't ever delete that one. Henry, you know what I'm talking about? He's still ranked.
Well, but he's probably ranked in the featherweight division, right?
No, he's ranked at bantamweight number 11 right now. Yeah, he could be him. Man, it's not a good time for American MMA right now.
No.
There's Colby Covington.
Yeah, but that's not going to work. Who is going to fight? Nate Diaz could maybe pull it off, but the end product would be shit. He could definitely sell it.
Nate Connor 3 at the White House.
Well, it's funny you say that because
I'm in this zone until I can clear my slate. It's looking like I'm headed to the Oval Office again. So that's where I'm heading next.
Connor has thrown himself back in the testing pool saying he wants to fight at this.
Yeah, I heard he's being tested again. Are they testing him for recreational drugs? I wonder.
I don't know. I hope they pull it off, but that kind of transitions to the next thing I wanted to talk about. It's been a couple weeks again, but the BKFC had a pretty big press conference.
Yeah.
And friend of the show, David Mundell, took place, and there was some stuff that went down. Right off the bat, they signed Thiago Santos and Yoel Romero. They announced a four-man, 4-man. I don't know. I fucked that up. A big ass open weight tournament. It's like $25 million.
Okay.
but it's only heavyweight to 185 pounds. So it's not a real open weight, but
yeah, most
I
of
don't
the
know.
185 pounders could fight at heavyweight anyway.
And that also seems like a real big amount of money to put up for one tournament. $25 million.
That is. There's got to be some shady investors involved there.
Yeah. Or some, I don't know. But Perry and Dave Mundell were both there. I really thought they were going to announce the fight. I don't know if you know any different than me. I don't think it was announced.
It was not, and there's no contract.
But they sure hyped the fight a lot.
Yeah, I thought they did a great job. It would have been the perfect opportunity to sign it on the spot, but it looks like Perry's on his bicycle in the opposite direction of Dave Mundell once again. It looked like it was coming together. I mean, they built it up right there. They had the little scuffle on the stage. Dave smushed him in the face and embarrassed him.
Part of that scuffle. Just let me know if it doesn't sound good.
All right.
That's a bad fight, ladies and gentlemen. That's a fight between two bad men. Dave the Redneck Mundell, pound for pound, #1 in the sport, and the reigning defending middleweight champion.
Hold on, just right there. Was really cool to hear. Conor McGregor is calling Dave Mundell the #1 pound for pound.
The Redneck Neck.
All right, here we go.
Mike Perry, the king of violence, probably one of the biggest stars in the game. Clashing heads. I would love to see that belt take shape.
I would love for them to pay me to knock his ass out again. Easy work every time. Easy work. He ain't doing nothing but sleeping.
If I was easy work, how come you haven't stepped up yet?
Because I knocked you out twice, stupid.
3 years, it don't matter. They had to make you a fake belt. What are you gonna say about that?
Y'all mad about that fake belt? It means more than your fucking belt.
Yeah, that was enough. Man, really? So that fight's not looking good?
Not right now. No, it's not according to the intel that I have.
Yeah, it'll be probably, but you're not very close to the source, so.
No, not at all.
That's a bummer.
Yeah, I don't have Mike Perry's phone number.
You probably just head down to the bar.
Yeah, or a traffic stop.
There was also, I have one more clip from that
all right
press conference, but it was Conor and Mike Perry's
yeah, that was
back
good.
and forth, and I found this great.
Wow.
Yeah, you're welcome back, because I welcomed you back. Yeah. October 11th is your date, and you'll dance for me, boy. You'll dance for the owner, and then we can talk. But your date is October 11th. Yeah. Michael Perry, the return of Platinum. And we've got some hell of an announcement for an opponent for you. One of the baddest men to ever grace the Ultimate Fighting Championship when it comes to bare knuckle. And he's going to throw down with you in front of me for my viewing pleasure.
So what was that alluding to?
It was a fight. That's the fight I thought they were going to make with Dave, the October 11th date.
But he said one of the baddest men from the Ultimate Fighting Championship.
Oh, I don't know.
Was he talking about Mike Perry fighting Yoel Romero?
I mean, maybe.
Huh. Well,
that's unfortunate, because that's a fight Dave really needs. Like,
yeah, and he deserves it.
He deserves it. It's also, I mean, I definitely realize why Mike probably wouldn't want to take that fight. Like,
because he's gonna lose.
Yeah. I mean, he wouldn't be like a minus 700 or 600 or 700 or plus 700.
Mike would probably be the favorite, sadly.
Oh, I know. That's another reason I want to see the fight.
Yeah. I mean, my vote is for that fight to happen. I don't think there's any other fight. What else can you do with Dave? He's cleaned out the division.
He'd have to go up, which really doesn't mean anything, because there's no star power in the rankings.
And the problem with him going up is that his training partner is trying to get that belt, Jared Warren, which I don't know if they're going to give him that rematch, but
I mean, in the infant, like, I guess BKFC's like in their toddler stage, they're not an infant anymore.
Sure.
When the UFC was in that time frame of their building their platform, how many times did training partners have to fight each other? That's pretty common, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
but you know, Dave, he's not gonna.
I know.
He's not gonna do that to his boy.
But his boy's also not the champion, so
right.
It's one thing to fight your training partner, the champion. It's another thing to fight the champion that's not your training partner.
Yeah, the only other thing he could do is a super fight. One of these UFC guys that have gotten signed, some big name. And
I mean, what would he do in this big tournament? It's he could fight at 185.
Yeah, he has before.
But I don't know how big they get in the bare knuckle.
Yeah,
I imagine the bigger they get, the fatter they get. Not the.
And it goes from 185 to heavyweight, which goes up to what?
265.
Well, I guess we're just gonna have to wait and see.
Yeah.
My vote is for Mondale versus Perry. This is a fight I've wanted.
Well, we've been shouting from the rooftops for years, and at this point, I feel like the reason why is definitely Mike Perry. It's not Dave, and
yeah. But Mike has blocked Dave on social media now, as well as all of his coaches. So, I don't know. I don't know if it's going to come together. It would have been the perfect time to do it right after that press conference. They had their little scuffle.
Yeah, and he even said we have a big announcement tomorrow night, which was their event. And I was like, oh, sweet. They're going to bring him out and face him off in the cage. And I don't even think I know what the announcement it was. Or maybe that's it. It fell apart in that 24 hours. I don't know. That's just speculation.
Yeah, I have some more information on it. I can tell you offline later. Yeah, anyway.
The last point I had that there was also another cool thing they did is they handed stock to all their champions, gave the champions equity in the company. I know that could, we don't know how much, but I like the idea.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great idea. It gives these guys like at least a little bit of something, because a lot of them aren't going to be good with their money. So give them a little bit of something that they can hold on to when they're done fighting.
Bare Knuckle's a publicly traded company?
Yeah, it's got to be.
I wonder what their ticker is.
Pull it up. Let's see. Yeah, I'm waiting for a lot of bare knuckle news right now.
Not a publicly traded company.
Oh. Okay. So then how? So I guess like you and I couldn't buy stock in it then.
No.
Huh.
That makes me, but it makes me wonder about them handing stuff to the champions, but I don't know how that world works.
Yeah, that's a little above my pay grade. I don't know. But what I do know about, Matt, is whiskey.
Yeah, what'd you find on your trip?
Oh, man. I came back with a lot of good stuff. So I visited American Spirit Works in Atlanta, Georgia. And they are the makers of Fiddler Bourbon. And went in there with the wife one night and did a tasting. Awesome facility, really cool distillery. If you're ever in Atlanta, I highly recommend checking them out. So their main line, the Fiddler Bourbon, they source the bourbon from other places, from MGP, which is in Indiana, I believe. They make whiskey for a lot of pretty well-known brands, Rare Character and Dark Arts and a bunch of those. So what they do is they take that sourced whiskey and they fiddle with it, hence the name. They'll age it in different things, but everything we tried there was awesome. I wound up leaving with a bottle of this Resurgence Rye, and it's finished in port casks, 57.3% alcohol. This was really unique, and I usually don't like port finished whiskey. That's like Angel's Envy and stuff like that. But this one, it's real subtle. The whiskey is just, it's got like a lot of vanilla, caramel, chocolate, and like a little bit of rye spice. It's super complex, and I really enjoyed it. So I left with a bottle of that, and then my wife enjoyed one of the single barrel bourbons that they actually make on site. So we wound up getting a bottle of that as well. And
How expensive was the bottle she picked?
It wasn't bad. It was one of the lower end ones.
Nice.
Yeah, I was surprised too, because normally she would just pick the most expensive thing without meaning to. The bottle I picked was actually more expensive. Yeah.
I had a quick funny story. I don't know if it'll translate, but I was at this liquor store the other day, and they had Macallan up on the shelf, and they had like this really deceiving box that looked like two different boxes, and it said like $199 and $1,000. And this guy comes in, and he's like, "Oh, Macallan." He's like, "It's been a while since I had one of them." He's like, "I'll take a look at that one." And he goes, the guy reaches up to grab it off the shelf, and it's like green, and then completely changes and has a line, and it's white. So it looks like it's two boxes. And the guy grabs, like, he looks like he's grabbing two boxes like together like this. And the guy's like, "No, I just want the one on the right or the left." And the guy's like, "I can't." And he pulls it down. It's one box. And I just watched this guy, because he's like, was so excited to get this bottle for $100. And then he just realized that he's in this crowded store. And now this box is bigger than he thought. And it's $1,000. And you just hear the guy go under his breath, go, "And it's $1,000 fucking dollars." And it was very awkward. And he had to let the guy go through the spiel of opening it up. And it's like velvet lined. And he's doing all this. And he's like, "Yeah, I don't think that one's for me." And just
He should have been like, "Oh, let me taste it first.
Yeah.
Before I know if I want to buy it." I would have bought it if you had two, but you only have one. So
I mean, I agree. It looked like two separate boxes, and the guy thought he was getting some deal, but then it was like a magician just made these two boxes turn into one, and now this guy's looking at this. It was silly. Whatever.
Was there one bottle in it?
Yeah, but the box was just real artsy, and it was like a really high quality box that slid open, and it's velvet lined. And
let's see. Let me see if I can pull it up.
It was some like nature thing.
Or
artist collection, or
some
bullshit.
Macallan concept. Yeah, they have a lot of things that come in oversized boxes. Not big on sustainability over at Macallan, huh?
Well, I mean, every Macallan I've tasted, I don't care for. So to get it to $1,000, it's got to have a really nice box.
Yeah, it's a brand that's kind of gotten by on their name now. You know, they've been around for so long, and you know, it's become synonymous with like eloquent whiskey drinking.
So it's like Patron is the same thing, but it's like the Macy's version, and Macallan's more like the the International Plaza store, the Pradas and the
yeah, and it's all all made in the same factory.
Yeah, they just like roll it clockwise down the hallway instead of counterclockwise.
Yeah. Pretty much. I did stop at another distillery in Chattanooga, which is weird. Their distillery is not open to the public, but they have like a tasting room on Main Street. And we were just kind of driving through, so my wife and daughter went to get ice cream, and I was like, "Hey, I'll go check out this tasting room, and then you can drive for the next hour and a half or so." So I went, and they have like tasting
kids. I'm going for booze.
Yeah. Go take the kid for ice cream. Daddy's got business to take care of. I went and I said I wanted to do the tasting, and they said that their bar was full and they couldn't accommodate anyone else. But they had like, right, it's like a small room when you first walk in. They're like, but we have all the bottles right here. You could just taste them right here for free. And I said, all right.
So just pop the cork off and hand you the bottle.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, that's how they roll in Tennessee. Chattanooga seems like a nice city in some parts. We did a little drive through, and some areas a little seedy, and some areas looked very, very nice. But I wound up getting one of these bottled in bond. It's like a yearly release that they do. They do it twice a year, actually. They do one in the spring, one in the fall. So this is the spring 2021 that they had there, and this was the one I liked the best. So I picked up this bottle.
Would you have bought that if they didn't give you a bunch of free booze? Did you feel pressured because they gave you the free tasting?
No,
Okay, that's good.
not at all. It was very laid back. I was just like, I would just point to one, like, can I try this one? And they would pull it out from the back. Here you go. So I tried the spring and the fall, and I thought I would like the fall better, but the spring was the winner for me. So it's bottle and bond, so it's 100 proof. It was really delicious, and this bottle actually was discounted at the time. So, and I like the company. Like, I've had their whiskeys before. They do like high malt bourbons. They had some weird stuff too. They had one whiskey that was they aged it in like botanicals and shit. So like they made it like a gin, but then they aged it like a whiskey. I didn't even try that one.
It's like a bourbon tea.
Yeah, I had no interest in that. And then they had a high proof limoncello, which was, I tried that and that was interesting. Like it would have been a good conversation piece, but it wasn't interesting enough to buy a bottle.
It would have been good if you're like 23.
Yeah, or if you're like 83.
Oh yeah, they like that old stuff. Like, what's that, Sambuca?
Yeah. Oh yeah, my grandpa used to drink that.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's like it's just liquid licorice.
And I love licorice, but
you don't like Sambuca?
I no, because I don't want, like, if I want licorice, I want licorice. I don't need, if I want booze, I want booze. I don't know.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's like every time whenever it's time to drink is not the same time when I'd go, oh, I want some licorice.
Yeah, that's fair. The only other thing I had was, I went to another distillery right outside at the base of the Smoky Mountain State Park. It was called Company Distilling, and they were excellent. Everything they made was great. They do a bourbon, they do a Tennessee whiskey, which my wife liked the Tennessee whiskey the best. And then they do like a really good rye, which I don't think I have it here. No, it's downstairs. But that was good. And then on the drive back, we drove through Georgia, and I stopped for gas. And while pulling out of the gas station, there was a liquor store across the street. So I was like, all right, let me just pop in here real quick. See, just to see. And when I tell you they had everything you could possibly be hunting for. Weller, Buffalo Trace, Eagle Rare, Blanton's.
But the price wasn't good anymore, right?
The prices were great on some things. So they had, I'll send you the picture later. They had boxes of Eagle Rare stacked up, $50 for Eagle Rare. So I grabbed 2 of those, and I went up to the register, and she went to ring it up, and she said, "Oh, you can only buy 1 of these." I said, "All right, I guess I'll just take the 1." And then she put my bag behind the counter, and she's like, "If you want this other one, just go 2 registers down and have her check you out." I said, "All right." So I did, and then I went back, and she handed me my bag, and I left. Nice. But yeah, prices were fair, but I had already spent quite a bit on booze up to that point in the trip. Had I not, I probably would have spent a lot more money in that random store across the street from the gas station. But I definitely bookmark it for future reference.
Where North or South Georgia?
I don't know, but
before or after Atlanta?
After.
Okay, so south.
South. Yeah. Probably, I would say maybe an hour south of Atlanta.
Okay.
I took a picture of the sign. And
so you didn't have any breweries?
Did I? Oh, the company distilling. So I'll talk about them a little more. The head distiller there had worked at Jack Daniel's for 20 years or something. And there was another guy who worked with him there, and he said, "Hey, I'm opening this thing in, I guess they were in Sevierville. I don't remember the town, but he said, will you come with me and work with me there?" And the guy said, yes, but only if I can make beer. So it's actually a brewery distillery.
Okay.
And the beer was all excellent too. We tried a little flight of beer also. And then there was a brewery right near our Airbnb, Mountain Brothers Brewery. It was attached to a general store, and they only had 4 beers left. They were a pretty new brewery, but all 4 were great, and they didn't have anything to go. They were all their cans were sold out. I could tell they're going to be real popular in that area.
Yeah, those are the best. The ones that are like up and coming.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, I'll just, whatever beer you have available, I'll just buy it.
Yeah. If they had anything to go, I would have brought some back, but all they had was like what was on tap. They were like, we sell jugs of apple cider in the general store. If you want to, dump one of those out, we'll fill it up with beer for you. And I thought about it, but I didn't end up having time to go back.
It's so weird though. Like, well, then why don't you just jug beer? But
well, so the laws are kind of weird in Tennessee. Where like they can't sell growlers or anything like that, but if I brought them a jug, they could fill it up for me. There's some kind of workaround.
Yeah, but buying a jug of apple cider and chugging it real fast on a road trip is not a good idea at your age.
Yeah, well, I could have poured it into another container or something.
I don't know. Apple cider at road trips, they don't mix.
Yeah, that's true. I sound like a bit of a lush, but I mean, all these places I went to were over the span of 2 weeks. It's not like I was drunk the entire time.
No, you mentioned 3 places. When you're on vacation, you should hit at least 2 a day.
Yeah, there were more. There was you know what the big thing there is? Moonshine. There's moonshine distilleries everywhere. And
yeah, but all the moonshine that the distilleries, it's not moonshine.
No.
You can't make moonshine in a distillery. You have to buy that out back of the gas station. On a hike, you just come across some random thing and you're like, well, I better buy some moonshine or they're going to kill me.
Yeah.
That's moonshine.
It's the kind of stuff they're making it in the woods. And
if it doesn't come in a mason jar, if it comes with a label, it's not real.
Yeah. Well, they all come with labels. So moonshine is just like distilled corn and sugar. There's not a whole lot to it. And then they add a bunch of flavors. Like they had. So we stopped into a couple of them. We did a few tastings. They were all the same. They're all really sweet.
Yeah, you might as well just go buy like 99 Bananas vodka.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. I wasn't the biggest fan.
But have you ever had like real moonshine?
I have.
It's much different than what they push commercially. It's not the same. Maybe it's because when you get moonshine, it's usually coming from some old man and he's spinning that ring on that jar. And you're like, man, I don't know if I can handle this, but this old son of a bitch just took a big gulp.
funny story. The first one we went into, I was with my father-in-law, and he was in his wheelchair, and I wheeled him up to the bar. And the first sample they give you is just the straight corn liquor, and they give you a little thing, but even though it's little, you don't want to just down it. Like it's straight. It's straight. It's moonshine. It's legal moonshine. So he takes it and he thinks it's a shot, and he's just down the hatch. And man, he was. It took his breath
living
away.
again.
He
felt like he was in his 20s.
I thought he was either gonna choke or like get up and start dancing. It was gonna go one of two ways. But luckily he was all right. He tried a few more. And he wound up really liking the coffee one, so I went back and got him a bottle of the coffee one. It was his birthday while we were up there too. So
I would think coffee would be one of the only correct and proper flavors of moonshine. Like coffee might, because moonshine in that area is a basic ingredient in your morning coffee.
Sure. Yeah, coffee. The other one that I know for a fact is in all the old-timey recipes is apple pie. Every crazy old bastard up in the mountain has a batch of apple pie moonshine going. I guarantee.
I don't know if that's how old that is. That might be our millennial 2005.
No.
But yes, I agree.
Because I've had like legit apple pie moonshine.
Yeah, me too. When I graduated high school, we spent summers in Norris Lake, Tennessee, and I'd bring it back and make it, and I had a little empire going on selling apple pie moonshine.
See?
I made at least $400.
There you go.
Yeah, it was tasty. I preferred the strawberry banana flavor, but
yeah, they had all kinds of crazy shit. They had white chocolate, raspberry, and
I remember when moonshine started to move into liquor stores, and I was like, that is not moonshine.
Yeah. And it's the company from that area, the Old Smoky Moonshine Company, that really started pushing it. Because I remember too when they first started appearing, that was like early 2000s, and they're
not good.
The moonshine cherries were a big thing.
Boo.
Yeah, I mean, if it doesn't feel like it's searing your entire esophagus off, then it's not the real thing.
I don't know. I've had some smooth moonshine, but
yeah,
I don't know.
Well, I think that about covers the trip and all the MMA we didn't watch.
And we don't have much more next week. It's just the same.
Oh, all right. Well, I guess I'll put off my getting reignited for MMA another couple of weeks.
I mean, we'll have to wait all the way till the 16th, and that is the Chimaev Dricus fight.
Oh, speaking of the 16th, I'm going to be in Fort Myers commentating for Vigilant that weekend. So if you guys want to watch some amateur MMA, Vigilant MMA, go ahead and follow them on social media and all that stuff. You might hear my voice on there.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a good I always love doing the commentary for them. It's such a good time. You get the best seat in the house. Usually get some blood on me.
Yeah, and those fights are just as good as, or just as exciting as some UFC fights.
Oh, for sure.
It's guys that are in, they're in the part of their career where they don't know if they're not going to make it or not.
Mm-hmm. Oh, they're hungry.
Yeah.
And it's not like super technical, but it's definitely much more high level than the amateur MMA that was around when I was coming up.
Yeah.
So it's a good time. And Vigilant is a great show. If you guys live in the area and you want to go to a live show without breaking the bank, Vigilant shows are always great. I've never been to a bad one. And I've been to probably 10 or 12 of them. So anyway, any other news or anything?
No.
All right. Well, we'll call it there. If you guys have any recommendations for fights that I missed out on in the last 2 weeks, besides Holloway and Gaethje and besides Whitaker and DeRitter, let me know. I'll be looking for some fights to watch this weekend while I'm not watching UFC Vegas 108.
Jesus Christ. These fights suck until October.
Yeah, until Pereira's fighting in October, right? October 19th or something?
Yeah, October 4th. But
okay,
there's not. If you took the main events of every week until then, it would be a fight night.
Damn. Is there a pay-per-view?
Yes.
Tell me the headliner.
Chimaev Duplessis.
Oh, okay. That's the only pay-per-view between. There's no pay-per-view in September? There's got to be one, no?
No.
Are you sure?
319 is August 16th.
Wow.
And then the next one.
Oh, wait. Isn't UFC Noche a pay-per-view?
No.
Oh. Okay.
That's no.
You're not excited for Imavov versus Bahalio? That's a good fight.
Yeah, but that's all right. I lied. There's a pay-per-view. Use them. All the main events equal a decent pay-per-view.
That's in Paris. Imavov versus Bahalio.
There is a badass fight that got announced on that card, and it's Saint Denis and Ruffy.
That's not on the card that I'm looking at.
It just got announced today.
Oh, okay. That is a good fight.
Yeah, Saint Denis on UFC Paris.
Yeah, that could be a good card.
But other than that, it's the dark days.
I'm recognizing less and less names on these cards these days.
And the thing is, we've been talking about this for the last 64 weeks. So we should know these people.
Yeah.
I mean, that's when I was shocked when I opened up this week's card and I'm like, how do I not know any of it? This looks like I'm looking at a one championship card.
Yeah. Is that our fault or is that the promoter's fault?
Yeah. I'll go 50-50.
Yeah, I don't blame them. They don't give me press passes anyway. Although, hey, UFC, give me a press pass to that White House card. I'll make the trip to DC for that. And I hate DC.
Why? That's a discussion for another day.
Yeah, I've just had bad experiences there. But it's probably more of a me thing. All right. Well, we'll table everything else until next week. Let me know if you guys have been up to the Smoky Mountains, what kind of whiskey or moonshine you were sipping on. Where can I get some legitimate moonshine? And tell me any fights that I need to go back and watch. That's all we got. Until next time. Cheers, everybody. Goodbye.